Hi there, everybody. My name is Rick Matsoko Tere, and I'm really, grateful to Pastor Sunday. Pastor Sunday, I'm really grateful to what you've done for us. I'm one of your followers from the UK. I originally come from Zimbabwe, but I live in the UK, and right now I just thought I'd make this video, small video, just to let you know what you have meant to me, what you have done has done for me, and really, you are such a amazing man and such a God-sent man in this season. So I'm grateful because Pastor Sunday has input a lot of wisdom into me over the past year. I started following him earnestly last year, but I knew about Pastor Sunday. I first saw Pastor Sunday on TBN many years ago, and I knew of him. But it was only this year when you started doing your daily videos that I really got into you. Thank you for doing that, because that has allowed me to even get more and more into you. Since then, now I have bought many of your books. I obviously have spoken to you, Pastor Sunday. I speak to your assistant, Katerina, quite often, and even work with you a bit. But even just from a personal perspective, I just want to show and appreciate what Pastor Sunday has done for me. So for me, my story is that, like I said, I've only been listening to Pastor Sunday earnestly for the past year. Since you started blogging, I was kind of seeing your stuff. But after last year and some personal circumstances that happened to me, I started really getting into what you were doing, Pastor Sunday. So last year, I went through some really devastating personal circumstances. I won't discuss them right here because, just for my own reasons. But suffice to know that I ended up in a very bad place. I ended up at ground zero in my life. I had to rebuild my life all over again. I ended up living back at home. I'm a grown man, but I had to go back to my mother's house and sleep on the sofa over there, and really go look for a job, a minimum wage job again. When I had built my career for about 12 years, everything was bad in business, in money. I had no money whatsoever. My business had imploded and everything, and it was a really bad time. At this time, I was one of the things I did was to just give myself into God, and through that's when I started listening to Pastor Sunday a lot more often, and this is where things changed for me. Thank you, Pastor Sunday. Really thankful for it personally. There are so many of your series that are very useful to me. I could name so many, like the series on prayer just changed my life. But just as I was trying to get my head around that, the series you then did on, men and women that you're doing now, the series on love, the series on faith, on the kingdom, on church, just what you said about church has blown my mind and redefined how I thought I knew about church, but you definitely changed it all. I'm not even going to start on the Nigeria project and some of the amazing inspiration I'm getting from that, because it is such it is the exact thing I needed for some of the plans that God had given me and laid on my heart many years ago about for the country I live in right now, the United Kingdom. So seeing you, but I think I was getting overwhelmed so much. So at the end of last year, end of 2016, as we got into 2017, after looking to your, because I always heard you speak about focus and focusing. So I decided to focus on 4 areas, 4 series that you were doing. And I thought these series, I'm going to apply myself to them. I'm going to listen to your sermons over and over again. I'm going to make notes on them. I'm going to do my own mental work on them. I myself am a writer, so I'm even going to curate some of the content, so turning your content, Pastor Sunday's content, into some of my own content just after I have digested it and it now becomes part of me. then to teach that to others. That has been a great. So there are 4 areas in which I decided that in 2017 I'm going to focus on in order to become the best man. Now, they're not the best of the 4. I just ended up saying that I just needed to concentrate on 4 sections. Otherwise, I would never do anything else. So I went ahead and did that. So these were the 4 areas. I think that's what I'm going to just spend the rest of this video kind of explaining and saying how they helped me and what is helping me and what I know I will get from it and where God is taking me from here. And it's all thanks to you, Pastor Sunday. So I'm looking forward to Pastor Sunday Adelaja Live, Pastor Sunday Adelaja TV Live. The live TV thing that starts tomorrow. I'm very, very glad about that. For me, I tend to read to listen to your YouTube videos because your videos and your content is so rich. Your sermons, I've got so much wisdom in them that I can't watch for 1 hour and then move on. I have to spend a lot of time in them. So I've decided, and from now I actually use YouTube more than Facebook Live because I can't keep up. I have to go to YouTube and do this. So, okay, the 4 areas for 2017 for my life. First of all, a really powerful series that you did that helped me was the Calling and Purpose series, which was on uncovering your calling and purpose. Now, it was important for me because this is somewhere that I know God had been taking me from before. And you, Pastor Sunday, just helped me to solidify that. Now, even to this day, I'm still uncovering. The good thing about your purpose and calling is that it's still being uncovered. But you allowed me and you helped me to define who God had created me to be. I'm a very intellectual man. I think a lot. My gift is in thinking and also in, presenting the thoughts and ideas as either through writing, a little bit through video, but mainly through writing, through speaking as well. But it's through writing, and this is my raw gift and talent. And through you, I realized that this is what I needed to concentrate on. Before, people had even sometimes stigmatized me, saying, "Oh, Rick, you are too much of a thinker." So I had started to think that it was a bad thing. But I want to thank you because there's a section where you did about how to go into your past and look for the clues in your past to find out who you are. That was the main thing that really, really helped me, Pastor Sunday. From that, I actually was able to see my core gifts of my mind, wisdom, knowledge. I'm a studious person. I love to study. I love words. I love to play with words, to play around with words, to extrapolate ideas. That is something I love, and thank you for helping me show that. So I think in 2017, I am continuing to, because from my calling and purpose, I can then add value to myself in a great way. I know also what areas to concentrate on as I produce products and services. So that is why calling and purpose is very important. And also, because I am a teacher, it's allowing me to be able to, it gives me a structure that I can teach some of the people who look up to me, who listen to me, who work with me as I help them to find their calling and purpose as well. Because even my partners, people who work for me and who will work for me, I really do want to take up the model that you showed us, Pastor Sunday, where you help them find their promised land as well. I don't simply just want them to be working for me. Now, the other area another series that helped me, the second series, is the series on time. The series on time, Pastor Sunday, wow. The time series helped me become a more serious person about what I am doing. The time series, both from, all the way from when you talked about joblessness and, why losing your job is the best thing that ever happened to you. These series were just this series and how do you use your time turning time into concrete products, value chains, everything. Woo! Even now, as I think about it, I get some goosebumps because that changed my life, Pastor Sunday. If there's anything that changed my life, it was the series On Time. I realized that I now have 2017 to add value to myself, add value to others, and to turn and to convert into products, produce products and services. And so I really, really set to myself that by the end of 2017, I really want to understand the value of a day. I want to know and understand a value of a day, break it down, take it into the laboratory. So you helped me very much to become more effective with my time. Before, I was just wasting time. I was doing stupid things. I didn't even know where my time was going. I was sleeping a lot. I was just wasting a lot of time, and I was spending a lot of time. So now, and also it coincided because I had to start a new job, it really, really made me think, Pastor Sunday, about how I did. So, for example, I had a very good job before, but I realized that I don't want to spend all my time in a high-power job that then leaves me unable to use my core gift and core talent, which is my brain. So I ended up doing, right now, I work in a shop and I do a minimum wage job so that in my spare time, I am free to use my mind. We're working together on some things. In that case, then my mind is fresh because I'm only using my body. My mind is fresh and I'm ready to really work on my own promised land with my time. I realized that I was in a job. I would be trading my time off for peanuts. But now I work on myself and I work on creating some great things through you. Thank you so much, because that has been, and it is even now, the best things, one of the best things I'm doing. Even now, as I'm recording this video, I'm doing some work on myself and doing some work on some products that I'm doing. And then I'll go for a night shift at a shop. So all night I'll be working, but that's fine. I don't mind, because I know that tomorrow I can then work on my God-given destiny. And it's all thanks to you, Pastor Sunday. Thank you again. The third area that and it actually goes, because time being the most valuable resource, the most valuable tool that God gave us is work. So for me, the topics and the series that you did on work and conversion. Work and conversion. Oh, this is something that I'm working on right now. Because I'm quite an intellectual person, I have a lot of things and I'm very, I've been spiritual as well, where for many years I thought I was going to be a pastor. I've got a lot of things that are in my mind intellectually, and a lot of things that are in my spirit, a very strong spirit. But I wasn't working, and even you could say I was very lazy. I was very lazy, and I think the power of what you taught me about work and conversion, Pastor Sunday, is that now I have a way to outwork all the things that I spend. So I spend a lot of time reading, watching videos, adding value to myself, but there was a lot of value, and there is a lot of value inside me, inside my head, inside me, knowledge, but I didn't know how to turn this into things that will solve the problems of the world, solutions for the world, for the 21st century, for England, where I live right now. And because of you, Pastor Sunday, now I know this. Work on conversion, that is actually what I'm doing right now to add value to myself. I'm actually understanding that I'm now doing work on myself. I'm taking myself into, by producing some products. I'm working with you, Pastor Sunday, by writing some of your books from some of your materials. That is, number one, making me a better writer, because I wasn't a very good writer. I knew I had a raw talent for it, but through working with you and your assistant Katerina, there has been a lot that I've realized that I didn't have structure. and you are teaching me that. And so you're making me into a very good writer, because I know that in my life I will write books for myself and at some point. So working with you on your books is such an amazing work, and just becoming better and better and better myself is amazing. I thank you for that. I thank you for the opportunity, that as I'm working for you, I know that it's also a stepping stone towards what I'm going to do for myself. It just happens that also I'm getting. It's an excuse for me to drink more from the fountain of knowledge that you are. So thank you for that. I am very, very grateful. It's, I am no longer just a mental person. I am now able to turn that into things. So even now, I am planning and building platforms because of your teaching. I'm building platforms. I am going out there and presenting my ideas. I am really, really turning even sermons, verses, prophecies that God gave me, words that I get in prayer, answers that I get in prayer, the goosebumps that I get when I pray. I am turning everything and converting everything into things, into books, into companies, into a church, into everything, into social media content, into everything. And it's because of you, Pastor Sunday. Thank you so much. I'm really, really grateful. Lastly, the last area that I'm working on is the money and financial laws series that you did. Now that one, because I went down to zero with my money, and I was very, very challenged when you spoke to us about you being challenged by God. I really felt challenged that I had been a wicked and lazy servant with the money God had given me in the few years that I had been working before I had to go back down to zero. So last year I had no money in my bank. I had no money anywhere, and I had to start again. And this allowed me then to say, okay, since I'm starting from zero, let me apply these principles from Pastor Sunday. Pastor Sunday, I kid you not, I have only just started a menial job, but even though I earn from that job maybe a quarter of what I used to earn in my old job, but I've actually got more money saved to invest than anything else. I am using that money to invest in my business where I'm writing for you. I'm using that money to invest in businesses where I'm building platforms. So I'm just using that whole concept of using 30% of the money that I make in my normal little job. I'm using all that, Pastor Sunday, and it's coming together very well. I am much more free. I have been set free from the Uncle Sam syndrome. Also, I've been set free from the dictates of money. I'm every day I'm saving better. I am not I'm keeping my expenses down. My life is so much simpler. My life is also so much simpler. Thank you so much, because I'm now understanding where I got it wrong the first time and how to take it. Thank you for helping me to be a serious person. Thank you for helping me to focus my thoughts into what God has for me. Thank you for helping me to push into God and cut away the religious and cultural things that were holding me back. And I thank you for challenging me, kicking me up the backside and saying, go and don't just be lazy, go and work. Thank you so much. It has been an amazing journey. It still is. I look forward to working more with you. Look out for the book. I'm going to be sending you the first book very soon again. Thank you so much, Pastor Sunday. You have a great one. And everyone, I really, really hope that you can find your own little thing. Don't be Pastor Sunday. There's so much things, so much content out there. Find your own little one and focus on that. If you need to start at small steps, then do that. You will find that you will be rewarded no matter who you are. No matter who you are, by listening to Pastor Sunday, you will be rewarded. So I hope to meet everybody in the community and work with me. If you are from the UK, send me a message. Perhaps we can do something together. Thank you so much. Bye. Bye-bye.